The barrier has fallen. 5 years. The banking cartel held the line. They drew it at $50. Paper contracts defended it. Margin hikes defended it. Media blackouts defended it. 5 days ago, December 6th, 2025. That line broke. It evaporated. Silver crossed $59. Today is Thursday, December 11th. We're watching something historic, something not seen in 45 years. We're watching price discovery. The mainstream press is confused. They call it speculative overshoot. They say take profits. RSI is overbought, they claim. They say $59 is expensive. They are wrong. $59 isn't the top. $59 is the floor. The charts hide the truth. JP Morgan won't tell you. Paper manipulation wasn't the only mechanism. There was a physical buffer, surface inventory stockpiles. The world consumed them since 2021. I ran the numbers. I tracked the deficits. Silver Institute data, LBMA vault drains, record India imports. The math is terrifying. Since 2021, consumption exceeded mining by 1.1 billion ounces. Let that sink in. 1.1 billion, that equals Mexico's annual production, plus Peru's, plus China's. All gone. 1 full year erased. Gone. Burned in solar panels. Buried in landfills. Locked in Mumbai vaults. That 1.1 billion ounce buffer, it let banks suppress prices. It was their slush fund. It filled the gaps. This month, the slush fund is empty. Next 20 minutes, I'll explain the vacuum effect. I'll show you something. Zero technical resistance exists between $59 and $100. Nothing. I'll prove solar demand is inelastic, completely inelastic. I'll show you the Indian whale. 1.1 billion ounces vanished. They're taking the dollar down. Let's start with math. To understand $100 and beyond, you must understand the hole we just dug. Most of the 2010s, surplus market. Miners dug it up. Industries used it. Leftovers existed. That leftover silver sat in London vaults, in New York vaults. Prices stayed boring. Then came 2021, the year everything changed. 2021. The deficit started small. 2022. It exploded. Silver Institute reported numbers. 237.7 million ounces deficit. 2023. Another 140 million ounces. 2024. Deficit widened again. 215.3 million ounces now. Closing books on 2025. Early projections show more. Another 200 million ounces burned. Added up. Since this decade started, cumulative structural deficit, nearly 800 million ounces. But wait, that's just reported deficit. Investment drain isn't included. Silver pulled from ETFs, moved to private storage. Add the LBMA vault drain, plummeted 30%. From 2021 peak, add retail stacking frenzy, the real number isn't 800 million, it's over 1.1 billion ounces. Think about that. Global mining industry produces annually about 830 million ounces. Last 5 years, we've been short, more than 1 year's production. Where did extra silver come from? Ghost inventory, billions of ounces, sitting in London vaults, legacy stockpiles from the 1990s, government hoards. We've been cannibalizing savings to pay daily bills. The banking cartel loved it. Ghost silver bled into markets. They pointed to vaults. See? Plenty of metal, no shortage here. But math is undefeated. You can't run deficits forever. Eventually savings hit zero. That happened last week. That's why we broke $59. The ghost silver is gone. LBMA float. Metal available for lease. Effectively zero. COMEX registered inventory. Down to fumes. Now. Every new solar panel. Every new cruise missile. Every new iPhone. Built with yesterday's mining. No buffer exists. No slush fund. When demand is inelastic. Must be met regardless. And you remove supply buffer. Price doesn't adjust linearly. It goes vertical. The 1.1 billion ounces didn't vanish. They were the anchor, holding the balloon down. The rope just snapped. But wait, skeptics say something. If silver hits $60 or $80, surely demand crashes. Solar manufacturers switch to copper. They'll use less silver. This is Wall Street's biggest lie. I'm destroying it. With one acronym, TopCon, for years. Solar industry used PERC technology, Efficient enough. Used 10 milligrams silver per watt. Perk hit a wall. Couldn't get more efficient. Energy game? Efficiency is everything. Industry pivoted. 2023 and 2024. Global manufacturing base shifted to TOPCon and HJT cells. Here's the problem. TOPCon doesn't use 10 milligrams. It uses 13. HJT uses 22. We're moving toward more silver, not away from it. Why can't they switch? To copper? They tried. Oh, they tried. Copper oxidizes. It corrodes. Kills panel lifespan. Selling solar farms? 25-year warranty. Can't use metal. That rusts in 5 years. You need silver. Here's the economics. The solar vortex. Solar panel costs $200 to manufacture. At $25 silver. Silver inside costs $15. That's 7.5% of cost. Look at today. Silver is $59. Silver now costs $35. Does manufacturer stop making the panel? No. Does government cancel? Solar mandate? No. They raise the price from $200 to $220. Solar demand for silver, inelastic. 100% silver price increase only increases final product cost by 10%. Silver has pricing power almost no other commodity has. Oil doubles, you drive less. Demand destruction. Silver doubles, Samsung keeps buying. First Solar keeps buying. They have no choice. Remember the deficit we talked about? 2023, solar consumed 193 million ounces. 2024, over 230 million by 2030. University of New South Wales projects. Solar could consume 85% to 98% of global silver reserves, not annual production, reserves, silver still in the ground. We're strip mining the planet. To go green, we've run out of the easy metal. When you see $59, don't think expensive, think necessary. Industrial buyers aren't watching charts, they're watching production schedules. They are terrified. They're the ones buying. Right now, not buying paper contracts, on the COMEX, calling refineries directly, saying this: we'll take everything you have, name your price. That's why spot price leads. The futures price. The physical market is screaming. Want to know who won? This game? Don't look at Wall Street. Look at India. Western investors dumped silver ETFs in 2023 and early 2024. India did something unprecedented. They drained the West. Look at February 2024, a date that matters. Beginning of the end. For London vaults, that single month, India imported 2,295 metric tons of silver. Let me put that in perspective. 2,295 tons. Roughly 73 million ounces. United States Mint produces annually about 20 million silver eagles. India bought 3.5 years of total U.S. mint production in 28 days. Why? Indian whales saw it coming. The deficit. They saw the 1.1 billion ounce hole. Before we did, they knew something. Solar factories being built in Gujarat would need massive amounts of paste. They knew Gift City Exchange was opening up to challenge the West, so they bought the bottom. They bought at $22. They bought at $24, cleaned out London vaults, while LBMA slept. Now, silver is $59. You might think India will sell, take profits. No, in India, silver isn't a trade, it's wealth, poor man's gold, rich man's industrial input. Silver that went to India, not coming back, turned into jewelry, consumed in electronics factories, left the free float. This is the key to 1.1 billion ounce narrative. Silver didn't vanish into thin air. It moved, weak hands to strong hands. The West is waking up to a shortage now, realizing something. They sold insurance to the East for pennies. JP Morgan knows this. They track the flows, saw 73 million ounces leave. February 2024, saw thousands of tons leave throughout 2025. Why do you think? They stopped shorting? Why do tamp downs fail? To work now? You can't spoof markets that have no metal, can't flash crash prices. When India stands there, with a bucket ready, buying every dip, the Indian whale broke them, the short sellers. Now the West pays to get metal back. So here we are, December 11th, 2025, $59. What happens next? We enter the vacuum. In technical analysis, resistance is created by people waiting to sell. Bought silver at $30? 5 years ago, maybe you sell at $30 to break even. That creates resistance. But who bought at $65? Who bought at $75? Or $85? Nobody. No overhead supply exists. No bag holders. Waiting to get out. Technically, the sky is clear. We call this a blue sky breakout. When assets clear all-time highs, they enter a phase, find sellers by bidding up. We saw this with Bitcoin, broke $20,000, went to $60,000 in months. We saw this with Nvidia. Now it's silver's turn. But there's another target, the 1.1 billion ounce deficit. Points to it directly, $100. Why $100? Just a round number? No. Adjust the 1980 high, $50 for inflation, using government's rigged CPI numbers. That $50 is worth roughly $170 today, at $59. Silver is still cheap, historically cheap, still 60% below, real all-time high. But psychologically, $100 is the magnet. The vacuum effect works like this. First, shorts cover, hedge funds still short, have to buy to close. Don't care about price, care about survival. Second, the FOMO, retail public, ignored silver at $25, sees $60 on news. They rush in. Third, industry panic. This is big. When Tesla realizes, when Samsung realizes, the 1.1 billion buffer is gone. They stop buying just in time, start buying just in case. They hoard. Hoarding creates scarcity. Scarcity creates higher prices. Higher prices create hoarding. Feedback loop from hell for the banks. Feedback loop from heaven for physical owners. The 1.1 billion ounces vanished, created conditions for this vacuum. Nature abhors a vacuum. Price will rush in to fill it. I believe something. We'll see rapid moves, $59 to $75. Before year end, $100 isn't a 2030 target. It's a 2026 target. The 1.1 billion ounce deficit wasn't an accident. It was a transfer of wealth from the impatient to the patient, paper believers to physical realists, west to east. For 5 years, data was screaming, Silver Institute reports were public, LBMA vault data was public, India import numbers were public. Everyone had the chance to see the whole forming. Everyone had the chance to buy silver at $22, at $25, at $30. But they listened to the TV, to the banks. Now the buffer is gone. The line at $59 is broken. The vacuum is pulling us higher. If you're watching this and you still hold paper, unallocated accounts, SLV, pool allocated, you're standing in a burning building hoping fire insurance is solvent. Get the metal if you can find it, because the 1.1 billion ounces, that vanished, never coming back. The next billion ounces will cost more, a hell of a lot more, than $59. The squeeze isn't coming. The squeeze is here. I'll see you at $100. Subscribe.